So there's a lot of AI updates, right?
Well, so there's one's an AI update and one's would you call it AI? Like, I don't think the Apple Vision Pro is AI, right? That's a hardware update.
Yeah, and I would argue that the, AI art doesn't really qualify for me as AI either.
Why?
Because it's not intelligence, right? It's a machine learning.
It's machine learning. It's machine learning.
Right.
Okay.
I would classify it more towards machine learning than intelligence, artificial intelligence.
That's true. Yeah. But so Sora is coming out, or they at least released some of the teaser videos.
How crazy is that?
Unfucking believable. And you know what? Asmongold actually said this perfectly. He's like, if it creates still images, why the fuck can't it string still images together? And I'm like, that's pretty good, Asmon. Like, you know what I mean? It's not. Everyone thinks it's a leap to make videos.
Right.
But really, it's a bunch of stills, right? Now putting those stills together to create a context, is still very interesting and still very cool, right? But
I think the idea was that people weren't able to do 2D images, a few years ago. So this is all accelerating quickly. The ideas for it, of course, is similar. Like, so it's a diffusion model, right? Mm-hmm. I think we explained previously what a diffusion model is. It's noise that slowly kind of transitions towards your prompt.
Yeah.
And every step you take, you're taking a step towards making that noise effectively towards that prompt.
Yeah.
Now imagine if this prompt isn't 2D, but is a 3D block, right? Effectively, when you watch a film or anything, it's a 3D block. And you're just looking at the plane. 2
spatial dimensions, 1 time dimension, basically.
Right.
Yeah.
And so you're just kind of going down this frame, right? In this 3D-dimensional block, effectively. So what you can do with the noise is you have a 3D noise block, and you could train a model so that it accounts for that prompt, which includes animations or whatever it is. And you could do this through fucking, all of YouTube videos, all of any kind of video content, and synthetic data as well, where you can have a game engine like Unreal, right, which is already high fidelity graphics. Have you seen Unreal 5?
Sure.
It's crazy, the Matrix level shit.
Very good.
So you have synthetic data, you have actual data, and now you train this thing that can effectively hallucinate a 3D model, a 3D thing, which is a thing that you can kind of translate in the time direction, which makes a film. Yeah.
Did you see the example videos they had?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
That bird, man. You could easily. I can't believe that was computer generated. That bird looks so real. I think it was It's a real bird too. I've seen that bird before somewhere.
Oh, it wasn't a fake bird?
No, it's a real bird. There's so many crazy looking birds like that.
I see.
And then the mammoth one, they're all just beautiful.
The dogs in the snow.
Yep.
I was like, that's fantastic.
So one of our friends posted in a group chat on our Slack channel that Sora came out, or this video. He sends a link. So it's an OpenAI page. So I'm like, oh my God, it must be out. I didn't read far enough to be like, oh, it's not out yet. So I log into my GPT-4 and I pay the money for the $20. So I'm like, oh, I definitely have access to this thing, right? So I go to the Explore GPTs tab, which, allows you to look at the other GPTs and stuff like that. So I type in Sora and it pops up, it says release today. And I'm like, oh my God, here it is. This is Sora, right? So I click on it and a prompt comes up and I'm like, I don't know why this was the first thing that came to mind. So I'm like, make a video of a guy jumping in sand. I have no idea why.
Right, because you request, you're thinking, okay, if I request the prompt here, then you'll get a video.
It'll make a video, right? So it creates a text response where it says, imagine yourself in the desert, blah, blah, blah. So it starts writing all this stuff.
Okay.
So I'm like, oh, this is weird. I don't know why it's giving me a text, prologue to this.
Right.
And at the end, it has a link and it says click here. Now this wasn't fishy to me because ChatGPT does this all the time. If you ask for certain things on the internet, it'll give you a link to certain things, at least when you pay for GPT-4.
I see.
So I click on it and the page loads up and it's fucking Rick Astley.
Oh shit.
I got Rickrolled. I got Rickrolled, dude.
The boy got Rickrolled.
So kudos whoever designed that.
Some bullshit.
Very smart. Good job. You must have got so many fucking people.
A waste of a GPT, yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking Jesus Christ. That's perfect, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sora, I would get deceived too. The excitement for that it's too much, right? Do you think those like a guy Moist Critical? His argument is like this stuff. There's no good that comes out of this.
That's just an idiotic thing to say.
Why do you say
there's
that?
no good
coming out of this?
Extremes are always the worst thing to say, in my opinion.
The argument is like, what good is there for like society for this?
For society? I mean, like that's a very lofty goal.
Mm-hmm.
What is Dolly doing good for society?
Well, it's not deep fake anymore. It's more like deep reality or deep fake reality, right? It's not deep fake faces. It's deep fake, look at this, Gaza City or whatever, right? Like you could do crazy shit of like disinformation. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. but that doesn't mean that there's no good that's going to come out of it, right? I would even be cautious to say that it'll be net negative.
That there is net negative, right?
I would be cautious to say that Sora would be net negative.
Oh, is negative. Why
Yeah.
do you say that? What do you see more positive come out of it?
Because even though I despise social media, I still think there's net positives for it. Because the negative aspects are enough to keep me away from using it. But as far as like, sharing ideas and memes and providing information at the drop of a hat, selling things on like Facebook Marketplace, like I sold a car on there in like a day. All of these amazing things that you can do with social media, even though I don't like it. I think it's still a net positive for the world. I mean, or it wouldn't exist. I think that's not true. Drugs exist, and I think they're a net negative. So, but it's technology. Sora, just for like people like us, like say you and I want to make a quick video explaining a new tool we're creating in the lab. Like say we're creating a new methodology, right? And we want to have Sora create like a little video, maybe as a stinger or something for something we're presenting at a conference.
Right.
It'll create it in a minute. Like and I think that's how it's going to be used. It's going to be used creatively mostly, right?
Yeah, I think the concern is what comes out of it as a tool for disinformation. Like, are the net negatives of that so immense that what you do for like a fucking presentation doesn't matter, right?
Right. So you're saying Sora could be a net negative.
Yes. Because
of the things like misinformation.
Right.
I guess we're gonna have to wait and see.
Yeah. No. No. That's why. Like, what is it? It was fucking weird that OpenAI framed it this way. That they released the videos that came out of Sora as like priming society for it effectively, right?
Yeah.
What's coming next? To get ready because this is coming. Like,
yeah.
Holy shit! Like we knew it was coming, but like to this fidelity and whatnot, like is
it's amazing.
It's amazing and concerning at the same time, and it's like
the Asian woman walking in the city. I couldn't distinguish her from it.
Oh, I can tell she's gliding. Like
is she?
There's artifacts where you can kind of tell.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
You can see. You're gonna have these people where like boomers are not gonna know.
Yeah, like me.
That's true.
Yeah.
No, but it takes now like it's almost like society has their own GANs program.
Yeah.
Right? Like the effectiveness of producing AI generated stuff is getting better and better. And then as a society, we have to get better detecting bullshit.
Yeah.
Or detecting AI. And that's going to be entirely individual.
Yeah. So I think like the CAPTCHA exists, right? I think there's going to be things like CAPTCHA, right? That are going to filter misinformation. What I'm trying to say is that there's more good people than bad people in the world, in my opinion. And good is a very shitty. I'm not talking about good and evil. I'm talking about like people that want to increase utility for other people, right? Mm. There's more people like that in the world than there are the people that want to remove utility from people. And the reason I know that is because society still exists, right? So.
But bad people always had a higher hurdle to go get over to be bad, right?
What do you mean?
The entry of barrier or the barrier of entrance is so high to be bad, like truly bad, right? You have to fucking you have to actually physically do something, right? Now you can think of it and then boom, it's there. I have a video of a kidnapping or whatever. I have your son or whatever, right? Like you can do that kind of bullshit. Like the ease of being evil it's just easier.
It is easier.
So that I think that's a concern. You can be
That's true.
evil easier, right?
Really? I mean, don't you think the inertia, the moral inertia that exists in your gut, I think that's what staves people away from doing bad things. I think you and I are the same way. You feel like shit if you do something bad.
Yeah, if you're doing something bad, you hope that everyone has that, Michael Corleone moment where, you're just like, holy shit, am I going to pull the trigger? Like, am I going to kill? Am I going to kill?
Yeah, usually I'm the one who's more negative, but in this situation right now, I don't know. I just think it's naive to think that this is going to be the worst thing that's ever happened, right? I just think that,
it's just more to come, right?
Yeah.
And like, if we're going to transition to like, this is a 3D movie, right? Or this is a 2D movie, but you can also make a 3D movie.
What do you mean?
So like a diffusion model, the way it works with 2D is you create an image, right? And you're just filling up the pixels with a film or a video. Yeah. You're filling up a 3D thing, right?
Yeah.
You can go 4D now, right?
You mean for virtual reality?
Yeah, virtual reality.
Okay.
Or like virtual environment. You can diffuse a 4D environment where you have the 3D world and you have then the time.
Spatial, temporal dimension,
and you could fill in every single pixel, diffuse in it. Right?
Sure.
That would be fantastic.
Oh, that's coming too, right?
And you transition that with the Apple Vision Pro. Holy shit, right?
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Holy shit.
AI-generated worlds.
The HoloLens. Or what is it? The holodeck.
This is the first holodeck. Yeah. So
literally
coupled with the
existence.
Apple. Yeah.
Who knew that the holodeck just uses diffusion model? You just diffuse the pixels in a 3D dimension on a 4D plane.
It makes sense, right? Because like the holodeck in Star Trek, you type in a seed prompt, right? You say, give me a 17th century mansion on a dark, stormy night, right? It has to fill in every gap outside of that prompt.
Yeah.
Right? The candelabra, the fucking like mirror, the suit of armor, the bust on the all these things have to be so it makes perfect sense that's what it probably uses, is something like that, right?
You would just have well, I mean, you don't even have to go 4D. You could just effectively create a 3D environment as a diffusion model.
Right. Yeah.
That's fucking nuts.
Yeah, this is like you said, Apple Vision Pro coupled with this technology like Sora. Yeah. You could literally
generate similar algorithm.
Yeah, similar algorithm. And, Sora, this is version what? This is version 0.5 or whatever, right?
Yeah, it's not even released.
Yeah.
And this is the worst it's going to be. Sora's
Right.
I mean, Sora literally means sky in Japanese. So.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's going to be, it's fucking sky's the limit.
Using your Japanese.
Sora. Yeah. It's, I don't know. I'm conflicted about it because I like to be positive and negative at the same time. Like I want to catch myself. Yeah. It's fantastic. I would love to use it for like our videos.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would be great, but I don't know. The Apple Vision Pro looks great though.
Yeah, it's just it's just like $3,500. But yeah, I mean it's.
Yeah. Well, I heard the Quest for like a seventh of the price is pretty solid.
But it can't be as sharp as like I don't know the Apple Vision. Like when we saw that video, it's like sharp as fuck. It looks like you're like melding with your phone. Like everything is so crisp.
Yeah, I think a lot of people were saying that the Quest was like if you rotate your head, you could get like the seasickness, that kind of like VR sickness to call it. Whereas the Apple Vision Pro is just like the pass through is so convincing that it's like.
Yeah, I think I saw a video of a guy on the toilet.
Oh shit! I think I know this one. Yeah,
and he like changed his whole view to like a top of a mountain. And he's taking a shit, like looking off the side of like Mount Everest or something like that. You know what I mean? It's just
dude, Apple Vision Pro. That guy pissing in the urinal, just looking straight over a cliff, dude.
Yeah, and just
peeing over on like fucking like Highlander. Like lightning coming down. There's a broadsword next to him.
Yeah, I wish I'm a little jealous. I wish I had the money to buy this thing. I would definitely. I like to give it a shot.
I hope it's not gimmicky. I think it's just a gimmick though.
Right? Really?
For now, I don't think there's big use case.
But we're getting close to like it looked way more lightweight than other stuff.
Well, they say it was one of the heavier ones compared.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like compared to like Quest or whatever.
Huh.
But it's like what, like a third of a pound. half a pound.
Half a pound. Okay.
I mean, it adds up if you're wearing it for like hours.
Yeah, it's true. That's true. Yeah.
Yeah. It's, I don't know. Your neck can handle it. You have, yeah.
The meathead neck. Yeah. My meathead neck.
Dude, you'll be so dorky. It looks so dorky though. Going out, like seeing videos of people walking around with it.
Yeah. Oh, you see? Oh, yeah. Do people walk around with it? That's so dumb.
In the fucking wild, dude.
Dude, they're gonna get their asses whooped if they walk in the wrong place.
If they're yeah, but maybe they won't even know because they're walking in the moon or something.
Imagine walking around with a $3,500 fucking headset on in the wrong neighborhood.
Yeah, dude. Because you're just like watching a YouTube video while walking.
Yeah.
That's why I don't think like the like even if the Neuralink comes to pass and it's just that interface, people are just going to be so dumb about it. People are still very serial minded. It's not like your parallel processing gets better, right?
Yeah.
It just you're just occupied with a serial task. And if you have a YouTube video in your, optical scope, you're just focused on that.
Yeah.
It's not like because like, oh, there's AR, now you have access to like more information and you're like smarter because of it.
You know what's going to fucking happen, dude? If these things keep getting more lightweight, people are going to wear them when they're driving.
They have. This guy was on a fucking Cybertruck with it on. And he's pinching nipples.
He's pinching nipples?
He's pinching nipples while driving.
You gotta be fucking kidding me.
Yeah, dude. There's videos of guys just have the fucking Vision Pro on and just tweaking.
This is what I'm more worried about, like stuff like that. Like, imagine, although admittedly this sounds cool, imagine you're wearing it and it turns everything into Mario Kart. So you're just like driving. There's like fucking Donkey Kong next to you.
Dude, that sounds so fun though,
doesn't it?
No, but do you know what they should do? Apple Vision Pro on an actual cart, like actual like go-kart race. And have it Mario Kart.
Yeah, yeah.
That would be fucking cool.
I think that'd be pretty fucking fun.
Like if you can shoot like red shells and they actually like spins you out. If you get hit.
Like in the yeah.
Yeah. Or if you hit it like a banana, it stops you. Like there's that would be fucking awesome.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that scares me. See, this is why we need the self-driving car technology to be as fast as this, because like we need to take people's driving away from them as soon as like this stuff gets too advanced, because I feel like people are just going to be like doing the dumbest things in the car. Yeah, I mean, if you have it, you should be pulled over, even if it's past. 100%. Yeah, like it's not. You're still not engaged with. Yeah, you should never. Yeah, there should be no argument there. They should be pulled over. Yeah, yeah. 100%. Well, it's literally like having your phone, like looking at your phone. Yeah, in front of your face. Yeah, yeah. I don't know, man. That's scary. That's scary. I like that's where you thought of, and like, yeah, people have already done it, and like, I think someone's already got pulled over for it. Dude, people are going to use it during sex. Yeah, absolutely. They're going to like have a program of like someone else is there or something like that. They fucking like there was dystopian. It was so dystopian, dude. So they were like, oh, like come up with different ideas for what you should do, and like there's a girl with a Apple Vision Pro. Yeah, and she's looking at her partner, and she's like swiping different faces for him. Like, Jesus Christ. Leonardo DiCaprio or whatever, right? Like swapping faces. It's insane. How dystopian is that? This goes into our evolution. Our technology moves so much faster than our evolution. See, so much faster. So is our evolution like what do you think our evolution is? You think I think our evolution is stagnant. I think it doesn't move anymore. Okay, if that's the case, then is our mind extremely malleable to culture? Like, are there certain hard biological lines that evolution will never touch? Like, I think sexual, feeling of like being horny. That's biology, right? Yeah. So that's my point. The mind, the drug addict mind of wanting to switch your partner to look like someone else will never be in lockstep with our ancient reptilian, well, not reptilian, but caveman brain of like, the connection you have with someone, right? So I feel like if one partner is doing that, it's very high chance the other partner gets hurt from that, right? Right. So my point is like the technology allows our minds to do things that we haven't evolved out of, and I don't think we ever will, because our evolution doesn't move anymore. We're still cavemen, right? We have all this technology, but we're still fucking like, evolution, biological evolution, perhaps is quite stagnant, but cultural evolution is, that's what's changing.
But I don't think ethical. I think there's a whole different kinds of evolutions going on. There's technological evolution, of course. It's a revolution, I would say, but and then there's like ethical, like evolution, right? You said something interesting where like, okay, the person who had their face swapped got hurt, right? Now that is what I would consider like a certain morality, right? A certain kind of cultural morality that you possess.
I think that goes back into deeper than that. I think
that's deeper?
I think it's biological.
I think if everyone doesn't, then they might not get hurt because they're already calloused in their own way by the culture.
I think you lose the capability of having deep connections then.
I agree. But I think that's being hijacked already.
It is.
Right? Even with like dating apps and whatnot, like just kind of like dehumanizing, kind of making people into effectively these profiles.
I'm not a huge Ben Shapiro fan, but I was listening to the Destiny debate on Lex. And, at first when Destiny asked Ben, what is the minimum level of government interference you'd want in school to improve education? And Ben's like, well, you need to have people stay married and be married when they're having children. And I'm just like, shut the fuck up, Ben. And then as he's talking about it more, I think there's a truth there. And it doesn't matter if it's heterosexual or homosexual couples. I think a parenting unit is so fucking important. And I think you can only have a really effectual parenting unit if you love each other. And I think you can only love each other if you actually experience each other sexually in a way that you connect with that other person, right? So my point is that the moving the faces on the thing trickles down to your child's, the way you parent your children. I feel like it's a whole fucking like thing. You know what I mean? Like it's all connected.
Yes. No, and I feel you. It's the swapping the face. That disturbed me. By the way, like I am not condoning this at all. By the way, yeah. It was just it was so fucking dystopian that people think that this is an idea that's even worth doing. Right?
Yeah.
Like effectively deep. Well, it's like deep faking reality again. Like deep faking a face in your reality. Right? Because I'm tired of this face. Like switch it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they might be doing the exact thing to you.
Yeah.
Right. And then like your connection to reality makes them seem like an NPC.
Right.
And if you make people look like an NPC, the more likely I feel like you won't be connected to even have a family. And like,
correct.
Right. Like it starts there where like it starts from like that level of interfacing. Right. The moment you're like you have a digital kind of veil to reality, the less you're connected to it.
Yeah.
Like if I'm talking through you through text, that's not real as much as I'm talking to you right now directly.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
There's just no...
It's hard and it's painful to fall in love with someone and really accept them for who they are and all of their idiosyncrasies and negative. But that's what builds a strong...
Yeah. Everyone's got booty holes and hemorrhoids and...
Yeah.
Yeah. Like it's all real, man.
I think if we try to... Yeah, you're right. And I think if we try to like just mask that whole part of reality... it's going to trickle down to every relationship we have.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm scared of. So yes, I'm more scared of the Apple Vision Pro than I am of Sora.
AR than Sora.
Yeah.
No, that's completely fair. I think you're right. Like if it's like literally like glasses, right? Instead of like this fucking huge thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then people are just walking around with their own version of reality.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy.
Dude, it's going to be wokeism gone wild, bro.
Have you seen the new Gemini?
Huh?
The new Gemini?
Oh, dude, that was the funniest. We talked about it lunch day when you were at your meeting.
Oh, dude, it's like a South Park episode.
It was like the Pandaverse.
It was literally It was literally a Pandaverse like thing.
Yeah.
It came out of the Pandaverse.
So if anyone doesn't know, basically Gemini's the new AI model that Google released. It used to be Bard. And it has a lot of free features that ChatGPT you have to pay for. One of them being access to the internet, uploading images, free image creation, all these things. So a bunch of people like put in prompts like, draw me some Vikings, draw me the founding fathers.
Yeah.
And they all came out like every single one. There was no white people in any of these. Like they were all black Vikings. You know what I mean? And
it's like there's no way.
Yeah, that doesn't exist.
Yeah,
right?
it's like a black guy in braided braided hair. Yeah, it was insane.
The funniest one was people said drawing pictures of Nazis, and it drew all black and Asian Nazis.
That's oh, it was draw the founders of Google, even Google itself, and it was like Asian guys.
So and Google apparently apologized. So it's just how the fuck does that happen, right?
Yeah, it's what is it? It's the woke. It is woke.
Yeah,
but you don't realize when a model, when it's trained, what comes out of it until the very end, right? Because it's just so much training, right? But if you're all trained on a certain data set, you don't even know what it represents. And it's a fucking mirror. These models are a fucking mirror of reality to us. What Google's data set has is a bunch of woke shit that it's been trained on. I can't blame the engineers. I can't blame anyone.
You blame society.
I don't blame society. I blame Google's data set collection.
Oh, I see.
Right. And who's maintaining it or manicuring it. And those aren't the engineers. I don't like to blame the engineers for that. And like they're the ones that getting shit on. But they don't control that.
Yeah.
It's a fucking mirror. Like as much as like the early GPTs, you ask it crazy shit, it fucking was like a wild thing. Like it would be like very grungy.
Yeah.
But that's a reflection of the data set. So what you're seeing here is a very visceral experience because it's a diffusion vision model, image model. So you're seeing exactly what is going on in the data. It is nuts. There was a fucking like show me a European couple or a European family. There was a fat white lady in a wheelchair, a guy with no leg, and like a Labrador. Just walking in a forest. I'm like,
dude, what the fuck? That's so funny, man.
And then you ask it like Midjourney or like the other models, and it looks like, fucking like a 19th century like portrait of of like European Parisian couple or something.
Yeah, it's very interesting. It was a very interesting. I didn't, it's very interesting. It's funny. It's very funny. It's kind of what goes back when we talked about the Cleopatra thing. It's just funny that that's what came out, and Google had to apologize for it, which is hysterical because I feel like if it was the other way around, it would have been fucking like people would have lost it, dude. Can you imagine if it was like Google, give me a picture of as some African, I don't know, tribesmen, and they were all white dudes, right?
Yeah.
If the opposite happened, it would be like, I feel like it would be like people would be losing their minds, dude.
Well, I mean, maybe we should ask it and see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yeah. No, it's fantastic. I love it. It's because it's so it's like it is literally an artifact that came out of a different universe because
from the Pandaverse, yeah,
from the Pandaverse, because it looks really good. Like the quality of images look really good. And it just woke as fuck.
Yeah.
Just give it to Disney. Give that model to Disney.